I'd rather take my whiskey and leave my coffee for me. You're too sweet for me.
You guys, I will never be able to repay you for the kindness you've shown me in here. Besties for life, I say.
Oberlin, your bail's been posted.
Later, losers. Here's
Welcome everyone to this video about Emma Roberts. This one is not going to be an expose about Emma because all the info you will see and hear on this video is out there, is on the internet. So this one is really a huge compilation about the things Emma has done in the past. The bad things, which are a lot. But first things first, mind my accent. Of course I won't apologize for my accent, but I will do apologize if I make any grammatical mistakes or I mispronounce any word. So I apologize, I'm sorry. Who is Emma Roberts? If you are already a fan of Emma or you already know who Emma is, please skip to the minutes you will see now on screen, please. Emma Roberts is an actress, is a daughter of an actor, Eric Roberts, and is the niece of an actress, Julia Roberts. Recently, Emma has been on the news because, again, she is complaining about being a Nepo baby. I'm reading the article. Nepo baby Emma Roberts claims she lost a couple of roles for being a Nepo baby. It's a paradox. Maybe you've lost a couple of roles, but you've gained 10? This woman isn't capable of admit she's a privilege inside Hollywood. Hollywood. Not only this, she can be humble, she can be honest and say, okay, yes, of course, my dad is this one, my aunt is that one, of course, I've gotten more roles than a normal person. Not only that she complains about it. Dad is Eric Roberts, an actor, and for example, if you want to check any detail, any data about films, TV shows, video clips, you need to go to this website, IMDb. You will find any detail. For me, it's a little bit of surprise because in the ranking of popularity of this website, the dad is in the position 198, so it's a good position actually. And this is insane because, look, people, he has done 735 films and is about to release the productions, of course, 89 films. So he has done the last year or the last couple of years 89 films or TV shows, or he has given his voice, but that's crazy. 89 projects within 2 years or 1 year and a half. I recommend you guys this YouTube channel, Sloan, because he has 2 videos about Emma Roberts and Emma and the toxic relationship with Evan Peters. You will see now on screen. I highly recommend you these 2 videos because he talks with a lot of empathy, with a lot of details. It's so well documented. And yes, the exposing Evan Peters and Emma Roberts' abusive relationship, actually the abuse was from Emma to or towards Evan, and the second video is Emma Roberts' problematic past, toxic relationship and rude moments. As you can see, Emma is a gem, is a nice woman. To give even more context to my video, I've added a couple of comments from those videos from Sloan. This comment is from Sloan's video about Emma's problematic past and present and behavior. I read, Emma's dad, Eric Roberts, was in legal trouble for shoving his wife into a wall in the 90s. It's no secret that he's abusive. She must, like Pi, witness that growing up. Another comment from exactly the same video from Sloan. Story time. I had the privilege of speaking with her father, Eric Roberts, when I worked for a certain satellite radio company. He's a slimy old fart who had the nerve to be rude to me because he wanted customer service, but he called the sales department. After a particular derogatory comment about people with a thick southern accent. He's from Mississippi. I don't understand. And I love, by the way, I love the thick southern accent from USA. I love them. I keep reading. I decided to send him to cancellations so he could speak with a Filipino instead, since American Southern was so harsh on his sensitive ears. She learned her bad behavior from somewhere, I imagined. Another comment from exactly the same video, I read, disappointed but not surprised. Her dad is known in Hollywood for doing and saying lots of petty, unwanted and inappropriate things on set. Worst actor I've worked with by far. A lot of people would say, nah, these are rumors, jealous people, gossips, but if you check his Wikipedia website, you can check this info out. I reading legal issues. In 1987, Roberts was arrested for possession of Charlie Snow and ganja and resisting arrest after he tried to assault a New York police officer. In February of 1995, Roberts was arrested for exactly shoving his wife into a wall. So this is real. In a lot of times you can't trust Wikipedia, so I added another source, Tampa Bay Times, and again, this is real. The abuse to his former wife or now ex-wife is real. If you pause, you can read the article. Another source, another one. This time Nicki Swift is a website and they have a YouTube channel. If you like celebrities, gossip, you will like Nicki Swift. Nicki Swift covered Robert's polemics, Eric's, Julia's, and Emma's. For example, before reading this Nicki Swift article, I didn't know Emma Roberts' parents, they had a horrible battle for her custody. And in the middle of that battle for Emma's custody was Julia. In this article is confirmed the abuse of substances by Eric. And I'm reading his longtime drug use had alienated his sister and made him exhausting to be around. I'm reading the same article. Eric Roberts' troubles included multiple arrests. It's understandable that Julia Roberts reportedly lost the energy to deal with her brother's addiction issues, given the severity of them. Eric Roberts' history with drug use led to a catastrophic car accident in 1981, which he confessed to Vanity Fair was because he was high on cocaine and which left him in a coma for 3 days. In 1987, his drug use became so grave that he was eventually arrested. Divorced parents, a battle for custody, a dad with these issues. I can guess Emma's childhood wasn't that happy, but this is not an excuse for mistreat people or even being mean. On this time, Julia Roberts' time, I've added a comment from the same Sloan's video. I'm reading, her famous aunt Julia Roberts is also known for being quiet and an unpleasant person and for having similar airs of being entitled and extremely rude. I'm reading the comment, her famous aunt Julia Roberts is also known for being quiet and unpleasant person and for having similar airs of being entitled and extremely rude. Even a scandal about Julia's other sister committing suicide and feeling completely unsupported by the family, and particularly bully being Julia herself. Needless to say, it's all quite believable. I think Julia Roberts doesn't need any presentation, but just in case, Julia Roberts was born in Georgia, and of course, her most famous films are Pretty Woman, Closer, and Erin Brockovich. Thanks to this film, she won the Oscar. By the way, she didn't deserve the Oscar that year, but that's my very personal opinion. She won the Oscar in 2002 for Erin Brockovich, like I've said, Unfair, and she has been nominated another 3 times. This is heartbreaking, but the story about Julia Roberts' sister dying due to suicide is sadly true. This article is from the Daily Mail from this February from 2024. And I'm reading, fiancé of Julia Roberts' sister Nancy Motes says he still blames actress for her tragic suicide on the 10th anniversary of her death. And you can see pictures of Nancy with her fiancé and with Julia Roberts. I'm 36 years old and I remember this tragic death, but I could tell, you could tell if you remember this news, the media mass swept this under the rug. Yes, they put it out there in the media, but after 1 week, nobody was speaking about this. No one. I keep reading the Daily Mail's article. John Dilbeck, the bereaved fiancé of Julia Roberts' half-sister Nancy Motes, told DailyMail.com he never recovered from her tragic death 10 years ago, of course. This type of events are traumatic and I don't think no one can recover. Motes, 37 years old, took her own life after taking an overdose of pills and drowning in the bath on February 9, 2014. She left a 13-page suicide note in which she detailed how her famous sibling had made her life hell. But Roberts is yet to speak publicly about her death. So this article is from 2024, from this year. 10 years has passed and Julia Roberts hasn't said anything yet. Nice, really nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can't force anyone to speak about such a tragic and traumatic loss, but if you read a little bit about Julia Roberts, how she really is, how she treats staff in the movies, fans, practically anyone, you will understand why she doesn't speak about how her half-sister commit and she blamed her. So I keep reading the article. In the emotional handwritten suicide note, Motes, a production assistant on the hit show Glee, So the Glee course, I don't like to talk about the Glee course because it's so unempathetic with the victims and with the families and friends. But wow, I'm shocked because I didn't know this woman was part of the Glee production staff. A production assistant on the hit show Glee said that the abuse had been so bad that I burst into tears because I wake up. She added in this note, my mother Betty and so-called siblings get nothing except the memory that they are the ones that drove me into the deepest depression I've ever been in. Wow, poor woman, and as I've said, this was totally swept under the rug by the media. I keep reading. This was the part of the letter that was made public. So this part was known by the public. Imagine the non-known parts. She wrote it in three parts, one addressing Dilbeck, the fiancé, another one to everyone, and the final part to Roberts and her mother, which Roberts has kept private. Dilbeck, the fiancé, believes her decision to do so is not out of any respect for Nancy, as he was told the contents of the letter by the LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, officers investigating the case. I've added as well this article from the website IMDb. I'm reading damning allegations on Julia Roberts by dead sister's fiancé threatens to ruin her reputation. This is overall so sad, so tragic, and I really hope Nancy, her real family, friends, and her fiancé really gets justice and peace. Emma was born in New York in 1991, and if you can see in the ranking of popularity from IMDb website, is in the position 97, so close to her aunt. She's been in 57 projects and she's about to release 6, so she's booked and she's working really well. I'm reading from Wikipedia. After making her acting debut in the crime film Blow in 2001, actually I watched Blow in 2002, and when I watched the film, I didn't know she was Julia Roberts' niece and Eric Roberts' daughter, because Eric Roberts is a C-list actor but is well known. Roberts gained recognition for her lead role as Addie on the Nickelodeon television teen sitcom Unfabulous. For the series from Nickelodeon, she released her debut soundtrack album Unfabulous and More in 2005. She went on to appear in numerous films including Aquamarine, so famous between Generation Z, Nancy Drew, Wild Child, Hotel for Dogs. Actually, I watched Hotel for Dogs months ago and I really like it. Valentine's Day, it's kind of funny story, and the art of getting by. In the social media era, crazy era we live in, you can measure the popularity of an actress for the number of videos, TikToks, shorts the people make about this actress. I'm an old millennial. I've discovered Emma Roberts thanks or not thanks to American Horror Story. Another geographic type of people would discover Emma Roberts thanks to her more adult roles. But Emma Roberts, by the age of 16, 17, she already had a fan base from Nickelodeon, and from all these child kid films. About Unfabulous, I don't know, and well, after the documentary Quiet and Sad, I won't watch it. I was meaning I haven't watched or seen a lot of TikTok shorts about and Fabulous, but about Aquamarine, a lot. Actually, I'm a fan of Yo-Yo, and I didn't know Yo-Yo was in Aquamarine because I didn't know the film, because I was already on my maybe in my early 20s when the film came out. By the way, justice for Yo-Yo, because she has been boycotted by her music company for years. If you want to, I can make a video about that. Looking for more mature roles, Roberts obtained starring roles in the films Lime Life, 4321, Scream 4, Adult World. Have in mind on the set she met Evan Peters, We Are the Millers, Palo Alto, The Black Coat's Daughter, Nerve, Who We Are Now, Paradise Hills, and Holiday. Roberts gained further recognition for her starring roles in the multiple seasons of the FX anthology horror series American Horror Story. I love American Horror Story. And for the lead role of Chanel Oberlin. I really like the first season. I need to finish the first season on the Fox comedy horror series Scream Queens. By the time she appeared in American Horror Story in 2013 in Coven is the third season of American Horror Story. She wasn't mainstream popular, but she already had a fan base from Nickelodeon and all the kids' film and teen films she was in. But after she was in Coven in American Horror Story, she gained a lot of popularity because of the role and because the media mass was already speaking about how Julia Roberts' niece was a great actress. The thing we didn't know, she was acting herself in that role and in Scream Queen's role, Chanel Oberlin. And after Madison Montgomery, the role she was in Coven and Scream Queens and more films, she exploded. If you check on TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, and you type Madison Montgomery, Chanel Oberlin, or simply Emma Roberts, you will find millions of videos. It's a fact her role as Madison Montgomery in American Horror Story Coven was a turning point on her career, but I remember you once again, she already had a very strong fan base from her Nickelodeon days and as a child star. This is the end of part 1 because otherwise the video will be like 13 hours. Don't miss the following parts because I will be showing you the toxic and abusive relationship towards Evan Peters, how she was the cause of a breakup of a super famous couple in Hollywood, all the polemics, how a lot of colleagues were warning us about Emma Roberts' bad behavior, diva behavior, so please don't miss them out.